Okay, this is just a spontaneous disclosure from the Lithuanian survivor siblings. Continuing, carry on.
Yes, so Alana tried to kill our mother. She's calling me in the middle of the day randomly, middle of a working week. She's in London, I'm in Lithuania, and she's literally straight away, she's asking me, can you find me killer in Lithuania because I can't find one in London.
Contract killer. What year was this?
2004, 2005.
Wow. Okay.
And she goes, I'm like, what for? You're crazy. She's like, to kill our mother. I'm like, are you out of your mind? Asking me to find a killer to kill my mother.
Wow.
Are you out of my mind? And she's like, her explanation was, oh, I think she's going to kidnap my daughter. I'm like, are you out of your mind? She doesn't even have money to buy a plane ticket.
Wait a minute. She might have been right because you come from an intergenerationally abusive family. She might have been right that your mother might have been planning.
She was planning to kidnap granddaughter, yes. She was planning, but she didn't have money for even plane ticket. So that's why I was at peace, you know.
Right.
But Alana went crazy about it. And she wanted to find the contract killer to murder our mother. And she's asking me to help her with that. I'm like, this is the ultimate. I couldn't believe what's happening. I didn't know what to think. I didn't tell my mother. My mother never knew. My mother never knew. I only told my older sister after mother died. Yeah. It's just, I just couldn't wrap my head around it. How?
I can understand it. I don't advocate it. I was offered a contract killer for an abuser of one of my children. And like I said, I thought about it for a month and I just couldn't do it. But I understand Alana when she realizes, okay, my mother abused me, she abused my brother, now she's trying to get my daughter. I can understand.
She wanted our mother to disappear from her life because she since she was a baby, she was abused by our mother. And Alana was the one who had the most of the abuse. Yeah. She suffered the most out of all of us. And she was continuously, constantly abused day and night by our mother. And they hated each other with a passion.
How much older than she's how much
she's older? 1 year older than me.
Yeah, same as my sister. I was 11 months older. But there's also a thing, there was a project I uncovered in the military in Germany where they would swap babies at birth and examine if the mother rejected the baby or if the mother didn't.
Yeah, no, there were many experiments like that.
Yeah, many experiments like that. So I've heard stories and testimonies from survivors where they were a swapped baby and the mother and father would lay the table for the parents and 3 children, and they wouldn't lay a place for this extra baby that was introduced to the family.
They even swapped me at the hospital, but my mother was like, that didn't work out for them. So I was born at home. I was born at home, thanks God to the nurse lady, the midwife. Our neighbor was a midwife. So I was born at home real quick, an hour and a half of contractions, and boom, I'm born. I was in a hurry to live. So it took an hour and a half for the ambulance to arrive because the nurse needed some shopping to do. And I'm already born, so she's like, you know what, I'm going to shop. So it finally arrived. That was 1980, yeah. They finally arrived, brought me to hospital, me and my mom. And then, okay, they put they do the weighing and all kind of measurements and stuff. Healthy boy, blah, blah, blah. They put me away for the night so mom can sleep, you know. Then they bring back another baby for feeding.
Wow.
Mom is like, this is not my baby. Bring my baby back.
So
They're
you,
like, no, it's yours. And they're trying to convince her. She's like, I know my baby. It came out of me. Okay. I know my baby. This is not my baby.
so she managed to do what my mother didn't. My mother said the same thing. This is not my baby. This is not my baby. And they overruled her. They overruled her. So bravo to your mum.
If she fought back real hard, she started screaming.
Wow.
And I'm the last one. I'm the youngest and the only boy. So she finally got a boy, which dad wanted so much. And because he had two girls already, and mom had two girls. So I'm the only boy and the youngest. And so you can imagine my mom was holding me, waiting for the ambulance to arrive. Then all that hassle.
They're trying to give her back a different baby.
All that shebang. Of course, she already memorized every wrinkle of her baby. And they're bringing her a different baby, and they're like, no, it's yours.
Wow, 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 wow. And are you still the only boy? Are you?
I'm still the only boy and the youngest. I'm the last child. Yeah.
No wonder you're targeted. No wonder you're targeted. Oh my goodness. This is
Sometimes it's unexplainable. It comes from left and right. People I have no clue of know everything about me. And they're all over bursting themselves into my life. I'm like, no, I don't know you.
so I think
And they're especially trying to manipulate me into whatever their agenda is. There was one guy older than me, quite a bit older than me. He was like all over the place. I'm like, leave me alone. I don't bloody know you. What the hell? Ernest, his name is. Oh my God. Is it? And I had many attacks like that. And also at that time, there was a time I was on telly in front of cameras.
you've been
I can't even start explaining how much.
no, you've been marked since birth, and I think because they didn't manage to switch you, they did the next best thing, which was to stop you procreating. So if you're from a lost bloodline or whatever, it's like, okay, we didn't manage to switch him at birth. The next best thing is we're going to have him be gay and have a homosexual.
Yeah, and things like well, I was
Never
always
have children, never have children. You're the only boy, you're the only one that can carry on the family name. So they didn't manage to swap you at birth.
So I went to the best school in the country. I went to all kinds of things. I was vice president of youth organization in town, and all kinds of leadership programs.
Yep.
And then they made me famous.
Yep.
And
Famous. This is just textbook. I can't believe we've been working together 3 years and you're only now telling me this stuff. This is textbook. MK.
My mother was always pushing me into that kind of stuff.
My mother wanted me to work for the United Nations.
Why was my mother programmed? I do think that she was programmed. Her programming was completed when she left her parents' house to live in children's home.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's when her programming was completed.
I guarantee you, I can trace it with my parents. Where my mother was programmed, she was evacuated from London in the Blitz. She was transitioned into a Jesuit scholarship school. She was like, I guarantee you, you need to trace at least your grandparents.
All my childhood since I was a baby, most of the time I spent in hospital.
Yeah. Oh.
Whatever they were doing to me in hospitals, I have no clue. Okay. But yeah, I had asthma, but then asthma ended. They sent me to sanatorium somewhere in the forest when I was 6, and then it stopped.
Hold, wait. Which forest?
No, it was in Lithuania.
Because there's a forest in Germany where my godparents, my godmother and her pedophile husband, used to go every year, and it was a known pedophilia human hunting location called the Schwarzwald in Deutschland.
And frankly, out of those 2 weeks, I remember nothing. Only one thing I remember, when my mom came to visit me with my both sisters, and my young Elana. Elana is 1 year older than me, so I'm 6, Elana is 7. And the only thing I remember, I've come to the whatever carer took me to the bus stop when my mom had arrived with my sisters, and we started just crying, yelling with Elana, hugging each other, and we're just saying to mom, because we missed each other so much, we missed each other. Yes, we did have a massive bond like twins, but whatever happened to me there, I have no memory of. Those 2 weeks is blank.
Yep. It's all adding up. It's all adding up. I'm so triggered. I want to leave it here. Is there anything else you want to say? And we'll keep going with this.
No, it's just yeah. But I'm still getting, shocked at some moments in my life. Like, for example, my sister trying to kill our mother, but I somehow don't connect all these dots,
Yeah, but we're doing it slowly, and I'm still we're all joining dots. We're still joining dots, and it's shocking. And even though I might think, oh, I've been researching this for, years and years and years and blah, 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 but no.
When we started working together about 3 years ago,
yeah,
I was convinced that I'm certainly not MK Ultra.
And I never want to say to somebody, because some people got upset with me. I interviewed some fairly high profile people, and from my research, when they said blah, 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 I saw all the red flags, and I was a bit naive. So I'd say, oh yeah, you've definitely got markers. You've definitely got.
When there's more than 3 red flags, it's already clear.
Yeah, but
I have like more than 15. Like everything I remember is red flag, red flag, red flag.
So many red flags, you can make a scarf.
Yes. So, well, how many red flags does one need?
I have had high-level truthers really rage at me, like, how dare you accuse me of being MK Ultra? How dare you try and project your own bullshit onto my life? And then 5 years later, they're saying, oh, yes, I'm related to Eisenhower. I played with the grandchildren of Nixon, and this happened and that happened and blah, blah. So it's like, we can't make people wake up any quicker than they're ready to.
And we also programmed to deny stuff.
Yeah, I know.
So, and that's exactly what's happening. Deny to yourself.
But look, what we did today is amazing. I know you've got like a damaged, possibly broken foot, and I've got a broken, damaged knee, and we're just trying to keep our head above water. But just little by little, I'm blown away. I've known you 3 years, almost 3 years, and I'm blown away by what you've told me today, especially about the attempt to baby swap you.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And it's like,
look, my mother then eventually, she was overprotective over me. Then since I was a little child, all kinds of old age pedophiles were trying to kidnap me. I was in Ukraine when I was 11 with my sisters, and our older sister, she was 20, and she took us to Ukraine. In Kiev, in a supermarket, one pedophile started touching me inappropriately, and tried to kidnap me. I just ran to my sister. I got frightened. I ran to my older sister, and I didn't even tell her anything. I'm just like, I'm so frightened. I'm holding onto her skirt. I'm 11 already, holding to her skirt, onto her skirt like a toddler. I was shocked. It's just like, wherever I go, pedophiles are after me. What the hell? And even when I was older, I looked a lot younger. So say when I'm 21, I look like I'm 15,
Yeah.
And all pedos are after me. It's just mental.
Wow.
it's like surrounded by pedophiles trying attacking me. It was my everyday life. So I couldn't leave the house on my own because something will happen.
Something will happen. Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, things like that. It's just like all so connected. It's crazy.
Yeah, fantastic. Look,
Oh well.
Get a book for the dreams, and we'll keep doing this. We'll keep doing what we're doing until we're dead.
Yeah, yeah. I know. It looks like we are trying to kill ourselves accidentally, you know.
No, no. All right, love you loads, and
Okay,
I'll
love
put
you.
it up in a couple of days. Thank you so much, and please, I just ask you a little compassion on Alana, a little. I don't ever want compassion for people that were abused and they go on to be perpetrators. But there's a line, and
She's at the moment going through, I don't know what process is that, but her trauma is all over the place.
she's
She's
right on
going
the edge.
through,
It's not okay that she's abusing her husband. It's not okay that she's out of control.
but at the same time, she's punishing herself. She's
Yeah.
suffering hugely herself. She
Right.
doesn't understand what kind of storm is going on in her head. She doesn't understand herself.
I'm just going to pray us out in prayer. Lord, I thank you for Aaron and for Alana and for the older sibling and even for the mother. I don't know enough about the father, but Jesus, I know about intergenerational abuse. And I thank you for the memories that are surfacing and the dot joining, the projects about swapping babies in hospitals, and just the multiple MK Ultra nefarious projects, the intelligence services connections. It's the year of disclosure. 2023 is the year of disclosure. I thank you for Aaron. I thank you that together and with the support of our subscribers, or whatever, we're managing to put one foot in front of the other. I literally all morning was saying I can't go to the office, I can't speak, I can't record, I'm just in trauma, and yet we keep putting one foot in front of the other. So please check the links, please do what you can, and please share this work and get the word out there. In Jesus' name, amen.